Hello to all you guys out there in YouTube land. And when people think about running and starting their running journey, the idea of running gear always comes up without fail. What gear do I need? What's essential? What's not? What do I need to think about? In my last video, I covered the topic of running shoes and some of the things to think about when you're purchasing your first or second or last pair of running shoes. This video is going to cover some of the other running gear in a bit more detail, starting from the bottom upwards. One of the things I never considered were running socks. The value of a good pair of running socks cannot be understated. Running socks can help your feet keep nice and dry by helping the sweat evaporate or wick away from your feet. And a good pair of running socks will also have some additional materials in key areas to keep them nice and protected and cushioned. That's what makes them different from a normal pair of casual socks. A poor pair of running socks is the simplest way of taking a really good pair of running shoes and turning that into a real negative experience. Also, socks that are too slippery or too tight can spell disaster on a run. They can turn a great run into an awful run in just an instant. So, resist the urge to just buy a pair of athletic socks. You know, the old school socks that you used to get when you went to the gym. Those lovely white socks that you used to get. Resist the urge to get those just outright and think that's going to work for my running journey. Look for a pair specifically designed for running. Now these might be a little bit more expensive than you might have looked for in the past, but if you're committed to starting your running journey, they'll be worth their weight in gold. In comparison to normal socks, running socks are built for pounding those pavements. And also, you can pick up a real bargain if you pick up running socks from the right places as well. So they don't have to be too expensive. So what are the things to think about? Firstly, fabric. Fabric is really important when choosing your pair of running socks. Whilst you might think regular cotton will do the trick, actually regular cotton is something I would avoid. Cotton tends to hold in moisture, which makes those running socks really cold in the winter and may cause blisters in the summer. Running in damp socks are an ideal breeding ground for bacteria. Using technical fabrics might help wick that sweat away from your feet. Merino wool is ideal for running socks. They're naturally breathable and also naturally sweat wicking, but it also has natural lanolins, which helps repel and deal with that odor causing bacteria that builds up. Merino wool can be quite expensive as well, and also the wool is quite fine, so it is easily damaged, so it might not last as long as some synthetic fibers. Polyester and nylon are the regular synthetic fibers that are in the majority of running socks on the market. They are both sweat wicking and breathable, as well as being cheaper than your merino wool alternative and a little bit more durable than merino wool as well. So a great pair for those everyday running socks that you're going to need if you're starting your running journey. Regardless of the fabric you choose, you should always pick a nice, dry, clean pair of running socks when you're going out for your run. It's important that your running socks actually fit properly. I've seen loads of people out there with saggy or too tight socks where you get that real tight line around your ankle and it's like they're eating into the skin, or they're too saggy and they fall down. It's really important that the fit of your socks are correct. If your running socks are too large or too small, they won't give you the correct amount of cushioning that you would expect. Your socks definitely should not irritate you or leave that large imprint around your ankle. They should be nice, well-fitting socks. Adversely, you don't want socks that fall down and bunch around the bottom of your shoe. That's not ideal either. All that excess material could lead to rubbing, which also can lead to blisters, and they are terrible for a runner. Avoid the blisters. The heel portion should fit around your foot nice and comfortably. They should fit without adverse stretching or too much stretching, but they should also be fairly tight to your feet. A good pair of running shoes will have a nice tight feel around that heel and midfoot, but they should also have some room in the toes for you to wiggle your pinkies. As we've mentioned, blistering could be a problem, so you might have come across what they call anti-blistering technology. What that means is potentially your socks have 2 layers. Some socks use a 2-layer system to prevent blisters, as the potential of friction that's caused of 2 layers rubbing together actually mitigates that risk because the 2 layers are rubbing together and not the 1 layer. The downside is that 2 layers of socks built together can be less breathable and hold more moisture than 1 layer of socks. So you do get that balance between mitigating the risk of blisters but also having a breathable sock. Running socks also come in various lengths. So you have knee length socks. These tend at the moment to be compression socks, and we'll talk about that more later on. That style sits just below the knee and covers the whole calf. So you also have crew length socks. These are the socks that come up past the ankle. They're really good when you're going on those trail runs because they can help protect the ankle from all that dust and mud that are flying up. You have anklet socks that sit just above the ankle and shoelet socks that sit just above the shoe line. I find shoelet socks are great in the summertime or when warmer conditions because they help keep that skin exposed so you get loads of air going across those legs. Lastly, let's talk about compression socks. Now there's lots of theories around compression socks, so we'll go through those now. According to current theories, compression socks may speed up recovery and improve performance. There is so much debate about this, but this is something you might want to try and see for yourself. Compression socks are designed to compress the muscles, which increases that blood flow to the muscles. This is believed to lessen muscle fatigue and speed up recovery due to all that blood flow and the nutrients going to the muscles. Just be aware that the level of compression you might be looking for might be a bit uncomfortable if you're not used to that level of compression. And the key with compression socks is they need to fit properly. If you've got compression socks and they're sagging, they're not doing the job that you bought them for. Choosing the right pair of running socks for you might need a bit of trial and error, and it's going to come down to personal preference. For me, I have running socks for general runs, shorter runs, longer runs, and warmer and colder weather. That might seem a little bit extreme, but having a variety of socks means that you're always prepared for whatever the weather, the conditions, and your run throws at you. As a note to all of you out there, keep in mind, if you bought your running socks for running, try not to use them for general wear. It can be so easy to throw them on because they're comfortable, so keep in mind you bought them for running, use them for running. Well, this is DR saying thank you for watching this. Who would have thought a whole video just on running socks? It seems like this is going to be more than 2 videos. There's going to be more videos coming out about different elements of running gear. I actually find running socks are the most underrated piece of your running journey gear. But after your shoes, running socks are absolutely vital to think about. You can pick up some great value running pairs out there from some really good brands at a good price as well. So if you like this video, like, share and subscribe, comment, share with your friends if you watch this and you think this is really useful content, all those type of lovely stuff. Tell me if you've got a favorite pair of running socks in the comments, in the doobly-doo as I call it down there. This is DR, as I said, saying thank you for watching this video and have a safe journey wherever you're heading.